Hello, guys, and welcome to the very first BWF1 podcast of 2025. We will reveal all of our own opinions and takes on how the 2025 F1 season will pan out. We will predict the order of the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships and will bring 5 hot takes on will or will not happen during 2025.
But before we start, we just want to thank you all for the support we've received as we have skyrocketed to an amazing 1.6 thousand subscribers. We never thought we would ever get this big, but thanks to you, all of this has happened.
All right, let's start off with our Drivers' Championship predictions. And just a heads up, we don't have only 20 drivers.
Yeah.
You have 22, I have 21.
So I'll start my 22nd position driver is Zhou Guanyu as a sub for either Leclerc or Hamilton with one race. I reckon he scores points because
It's Joe.
Zhou. And then, yeah,
All right, starting off in last place for me, this is quite a hot take. Franco Colapinto, who I do think will take over Jack Doohan, but only for about 6 to 10 races. I just think he's going to be horrible. Like, I reckon that first 3 races that he had for Williams, that would luck, I reckon.
yeah,
Because then after that, he was shocking.
yeah.
Like, he was sergeant bad. So, yeah.
In my P21st, I have also Franco Colapinto, but only for 1 to 2 races. So
Yeah.
it's not as bad.
So you reckon Doohan's going to keep his seat?
Yeah, I hope he does.
Australian bias a bit there.
Yeah.
P20, I've got Gabriel Bortoleto. Amazing driver. Just can't say anything about that. I just think the Sauber's going to be horrid this year.
Yeah.
But I still think they will. He will get a couple points on the board.
My P20, I have Isaac Hadjar. I reckon it's not him, it's
The car?
him and the car that the car, well, with most cars in RB and AlphaTauri time, they haven't always been the greatest.
No.
And so I reckon pairing a not very good car with a new driver who's never raced in Formula One will be a bit tough for him.
Yeah.
I reckon he still retains his seat, but I think it's just he finds it a bit hard.
Yeah. P19 now, I've got Nico Hulkenberg in the other Sauber. Back row lockout in the drive standings for them. I just don't think they're going to be good at all this year.
Yeah.
But I don't have any hope for them.
My P19, I've Gabriel Bortoleto. As the same type of thing with Isaac Hadjar. It's not him, it's the car, but it's also him a bit, if you know what I mean by that, that it's a not very good car, and it's also his first year, and so he's got to take it easy a bit.
Yeah. Anyway, P18, I've got the first RB of Isaac Hadjar. Similar to you, the car's not going to be great. I think he'll do decent. We'll get a couple points finishes, but he won't be anything special. But I just think he's got no one's expecting him to do anything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, people are expecting him to finish in the points, but
no one's expecting him to
win.
be anywhere near close to Tsunoda.
Yeah.
So
my
P18
is Lance Stroll.
just last.
It's him. Not the car, it's him.
Do you reckon this is last season in F1?
Hopefully so, but I find it hard to believe.
Yeah. Speaking about Lance, I've got him 17. The car didn't look good in testing at all. And I think Adrian Newey, the team's just gonna set him for 2026.
Yeah.
It's gonna be absolute cinema Fernando Alonso wins the World Drivers' Championship in 2026 and retires like Nico Rosberg did.
That would be kind of crazy.
It would be.
My P17, I've got Nico Hulkenberg. I think the car will be the car will be the thing holding him back. But unlike Bortoleto, he's got the experience to put it up there. So,
Yeah.
and he's never quite been in the
Worst car.
He's never been in the worst car, but he hasn't been in the top car. And so he will know this season that if he finishes where I put him, which is P17,
17.
that it won't be the worst thing because he knows it's not 2025, it's 2026.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why he decided to go there because Audi, German brand,
Yeah, German driver.
2026 should be a good year for them.
Yeah.
P16 now, I've got Jack Doohan. So I think he will get replaced in a similar time that Logan Sargent got replaced, like
So
after the mid-season break.
Yeah.
He's gonna be all right, like a lot better than what people expect.
Yeah.
Because everyone's expecting him to be horrible and like worst driver on the grid, but I just don't see that.
Yeah. My P16, first season in Haas, Esteban Ocon. It's not the greatest.
Yeah, I've got Ocon 15th. I just think he's gonna get beat out by his teammate just because his teammate has raced there. His teammate's in the Ferrari driver system, so he's had a lot of practice sessions with Haas.
Yeah.
So I think
and we'll know the team a bit better.
Yeah.
My P15, I have Carlos Sainz. I reckon he won't get sacked or anything, but he won't.
No, why would they sack Carlos?
Finishing P15 in the Drivers' Championship. But I reckon his goal this year, which is what Williams said they were going to do, is just go out there and push the car to its limits.
Yeah.
And find out what they can use for 2026 and what they can't use and what works well. And so it's just him pushing the car in races, qualifying, practice, all of that. So I reckon he
finding his limit in that new car.
He'll
going from
DNF
top team to a lower midfield.
Yeah. He'll DNF a lot, but it's in a good way, if that makes sense.
P14, I've got the second Haas in Ollie Behrman, who we were talking about earlier. I just think he's had more experience at Haas than Ocon, and I think it will be a quite heated rivalry because of Ocon, but I think it'll only be a couple points in between him, no more than 5.
Yeah, I reckon he'll do it all right.
Yep.
My P14 is the other Williams of Alex Albon for the same reason as why Carlos is there in 15. They're just going to push the car.
Yeah.
And it's not about where they finish this year.
Yeah. That's quite a hot take, taking Albon over Sainz. I don't think many people have it like that.
I just think Sainz will be able to push the car a bit better.
You mean Albon?
No, I mean Carlos will be able to push the car better, which means he will crash more.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to find limits.
That makes sense. P13, I've got Yuki. Think it'll be another good year. Still not enough to get him promoted. I don't think he'll ever get promoted, to be honest.
A bit late now for him to get promoted.
There's not much really to be said. He's a great midfield driver.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll work out as a top team player.
My P13, I have Jack Doohan. I reckon it's a solid year for him, and he does what he needs to retain his seat for 26. And he uses this year to learn, and next year to push it.
Yeah, a lot better than what people would expect.
Yeah.
P12, outperforming his teammate by probably the biggest margin here is Fernando Alonso.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what car he's in, he's always going to be good. Let's be real.
Unless he's in what,
McLaren
GP2
GP2
engines.
engines, but yeah, he's just so talented that I don't think his age is a factor at all.
Age is just a number. My P12, I have Yuki Tsunoda. I reckon it's not his greatest season, but he's just pushing through.
Yeah,
I feel like now he's just doing the races. I'm not sure if he's expecting to win.
he's
I know that's every driver's goal is to
he's
win.
kind of just existing in the F1 right now.
Yeah, I still reckon it'll be in his mind he has a chance, but I think there's no way he's
Yeah.
getting that seat.
P11, I've got Albon, and then P10, I've got Carlos. So I've got the Williams pair at next to each other, but flipped from what you had them.
Yeah. My P11, I have Oliver Behrman. I think it's just he spent more time around the team
Yeah.
and is able to kind of get that edge on what Ocon knows about what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that the Toyota thing, like the partnership, will help
Has
in a way.
developed. Yeah.
develop and push up the midfield. I don't reckon they'll ever
be a top tier team.
be a top tier team that's fighting championships. Maybe they could be. Maybe that's the curveball of 26, but I doubt that
Yeah.
they have the resources and the money to do that.
Yeah. P9, I've got a rookie in the Mercedes. It's Kimi Antonelli. I don't get the hype, to be honest. I think he's the most overrated driver on the grid. I think
Yeah.
that one time that we did see him in a practice session, he crashed.
Yeah, on his like third lap or something.
Yeah. So I don't trust him to be consistent and good throughout a whole year.
Yeah.
Mercedes are definitely going to keep him.
Yeah.
They're gonna treat him like he's the next Lewis Hamilton,
Yeah.
but I don't think he'll perform that well,
Yeah.
to be honest.
My P9 is Liam Lawson. I don't get the hype around him like you don't get the hype around Kimi.
Yeah.
I think they should have put Yuki in that seat. I reckon
Yeah.
he'll underperform this year, and that the partnership with Max is too much for him.
Yeah. P8, probably the best midfield driver on the grid, Pierre Gasly.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have another outstanding year. I think he's going to do really well in a not really well car. And I think just by pure experience, he's going to beat Kimi to the P8 spot.
Yeah. Well, my P8 spot is
Kimi.
Kimi.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of the same reason as yours. It's one position, but
Yeah.
that he just has
Too
an
much
all
hype
right,
around
an
him.
all right season.
Yeah.
It's
Lots-
nothing to get him kicked out.
Yeah. Lots of crashes in the working, but
Yeah.
P7, I've got another somewhat rookie, Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can call him a rookie yet, because he's
Yeah.
had like about 10 races under
F1
his
still
name.
calls him a rookie.
Yeah. I think he's going to be good, not great.
Yeah.
Nowhere near Max, but I think he'll get a couple podiums, do exceptionally well. But I think the 6 drivers ahead of him are just so much better.
Yeah. My P7, I have a rookie, Fernando Alonso.
Oldest rookie on the grid.
Yeah. Most experienced rookie. I reckon,
That's very high,
yeah, but I
in
reckon
my opinion. But
he's coming back at the right time now. Ready for 26th. Come in, snatch the championship and fall off the face of the earth.
yeah. P6, very underwhelming stint at his new team, Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari. P6. I just think people are saying he's going to be better than Leclerc. No
Doubt it.
way. Not in a million years will he outperform Charles Leclerc
Now.
now.
I mean, Talk
current
about
current
current.
current current day Lewis Hamilton, not in a million years.
Yeah.
As,
Oh,
as
prime
the,
Lewis Hamilton
don't even
every
ask
day.
that question.
Yeah.
But I just
Yeah.
think he's gonna be nowhere near the pace of Charles. And as he was talking about how Alonso and Vettel did adapted so well to a new team, getting a win in their first couple of races. So yeah,
My P6, I have his old teammate, George Russell.
yeah,
I reckon it's just being there, to be honest. Maybe
yeah,
one or two wins there, but
yeah. Similar to last season.
yeah.
Yeah, P5, I've got George. Couple wins, definitely gonna step up a lot as a team leader now. I think he is gonna do quite a lot better.
Um, my P5, I have George's biggest op in Max Verstappen. I reckon it's the car this year that
No, yeah,
without Adrian, he kind of
yeah,
he realizes that Red Bull's gonna slow down for the
quite a bit.
next couple
Yeah,
of years and then come back at some point like they do every
nah, like
year
always. No.
because they win four
You
and
can't
then
count.
fall off and then
Nah,
in
you,
how was it like
10 years.
10 to 8 years they
Yeah,
come back and
yeah.
yeah
Yeah. Moving on, P4 now. We've got Oscar Piastri in the first McLaren. I think he's gonna be a lot closer to Lando this year. I
yeah
think there's not going to be any team orders unless one of them's fight like genuinely in a battle for the championship.
yeah.
But that's all I have to say, really.
My P4 I have Lewis Hamilton. I reckon it's just him adapting to the team.
Yeah,
I reckon he still
couple
can win a
wins.
couple races and prove that he's still there and has
Yeah.
it in the bag to compete.
Imagine
But
the scenes if Hamilton won
it's
at
Silverstone.
Monza.
Oh, and Monza, my
Monza,
days.
mate.
Or Silverstone
Yeah,
for bloody
Ferrari.
20th time.
Yeah. P3, I've got Lando.
I've also got Lando, so
Yeah, I think
make that
he's gonna
easy.
be good,
Yeah.
but still not enough to beat the championship.
Do you reckon he'll ever win a championship?
No,
Not happening.
no.
No, I don't reckon. I reckon
Two,
I reckon he'll be too immature to win the
yeah, he's
championship
not
his career.
mature enough. He's he's got quadrant on the side, which I think is really holding him back.
Yeah.
Um,
He's focusing on his brand instead of his career.
yeah. P2, Charles Leclerc, great season, not good enough.
Yeah.
Just simple as that. He's been over the last 5 years, he's been one of the best drivers on the grid.
Yeah.
And he's going to prove that point by dominating dominating Hamilton. I think he's just going to be levels better.
Yeah. My P2, I have the Australian bias of Oscar Piastri. I reckon
Outperforming Lando, you reckon?
outperforming Lando by one spot. I reckon it will be Prost Senna all over again. Except none
Senna.
of them win the championship and
Yeah.
someone moves. I reckon Lando would be the one to move
Yeah.
because I think
I don't
he has long as he been there now, like
since 2019. So
So
this
that-
is his sixth season.
16,
No, seventh.
seventh
Because
season.
2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. No, seventh season, yeah.
Seventh season, and he's only just won.
Started winning races and being competitive.
And this is Oscar's third season,
Third season.
and he's fighting for championship.
Yeah. World champion of 2025. For me, it's none other than Max Verstappen.
Winning
you
his
just,
fifth.
yeah. You just can't count him out. You can't.
I can't look him up, so I guess you can count him out.
He's been the best driver on the grid for the last 4 years, and people have been saying it's just the car, it's not him. If you look at Perez over the last couple of years, he was a great driver. It's either the system hasn't fit him or the car wasn't actually the best.
Yeah.
Your-
My 2025 championship winner, his first championship is Charles Leclerc. Yes, that's Ferrari bias. I don't care what you said. He's winning it. No fighting it. He finally wins it.
It's all because you're Italian.
Yes.
I know why you went there. Constructors predictions now. It's probably been hinted away by the drivers' standings, but P10 to start us off, get in last place. I've got Sauber.
Yeah. I also have Sauber.
Yeah,
Kind of
20 and 19th for me in the drivers, so none other than last. P9, RB. I think like the midfield's going to be so close. 5th to 9th is going to be so tight.
My P9, I have Williams. Same reason why I have Alex and Sainz. It's not their season. They don't want to win it. They're there to break everything and get ready for 26.
Yeah. P8, huge fall off, Aston Martin. I just think Newey's going to be focused on 2026.
Yeah.
And I don't think Alonso is going to go out there trying his heart out like he has the last couple seasons, every single race.
Yeah.
Because I think this season kind of has no meaning to him.
Yeah. My P8, I have RB. I reckon RB's never gonna get up there. I don't reckon RB's ever gonna get higher than P5.
Yeah, that's a fair point. P7, Haas, mid. You got Haas.
Yeah. So we
Haas
can
is
agree on that one.
Yeah. P6, Alpine, carried by Pierre Gasly with the P8 finish. I think he's just going to be the best driver out of anyone. Like, he might even be a top 5 driver at the end of the season.
Yeah. My P6, I have Aston Martin. It's not great, but it's good enough. No way.
Lance is holding them down, isn't he?
Yeah.
P5, I've got Williams, highest finish in quite some years now. I think they're going to be much better, and this new driver lineup will bring a lot of confidence for them.
Yeah, I have Alpine. I reckon it's hard, Gasly, carry, but
Yeah.
Gasly carries and
Doing is
Doing's
just there.
Just trying to get used to Formula One.
P4 and P3 are the same as last year. It's Merc and Red Bull.
I have the exact same
Yeah, I just think they're going to be
there.
They'll
win a couple of races here and there between them, but
Yeah.
it won't be enough for our 1 and 2 teams.
P2, I've got Ferrari, runners up once again.
I have
I think-
McLaren.
I think Hamilton's going to be holding Ferrari down, I think, a bit. Not in, like, he's still going to be great, but Lando and Oscar are just going to be better.
Yeah. My P2, I have
McLaren,
McLaren. Shove it in your face a bit.
same thing, but in reverse, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of obvious who we have left.
P1, I am a McLaren fan, so I'm not going to bet against him. I've got them P1 winning their second straight WDC.
But not world championship.
No, yeah, Max is just too good.
My P1, I have Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the
Constructors
Italian.
and drivers.
I reckon Leclerc has a 50 points ahead on Max, and that kind of gets them to win the thing.
Max was 5th for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That it's a very tight championship.
Oh, that's
But
what you're
that-
saying. Yeah, I've kind of got McLaren and Ferrari
Tight.
levels ahead. They're
Yeah.
50 points ahead of Red Bull and Merc.
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle for 3 between Merc and Red Bull, and then a battle for one between Ferrari and McLaren.
Yeah.
We'll move on past our predictions now to the final section of this podcast. Our 5 hot takes for the 2025 F1 season.
Shall we do this quickly?
Yeah, we'll rapid fire. Number 5 for me.
Your hot takes.
My hot takes. Hamilton underperforms at Ferrari. Every team scores at least 10 points, which it didn't sound like that when I was talking earlier. But Aston Martin scored less than 45 points. Franco Colapinto takes Doohan's seat after the mid-season break and does horrible. And Lawson gets 4+ podiums on the year.
All right, my hot takes. The Red Bull car will be terrible until the mid-season break, and then they will absolutely cook the field in the second half. Piastri beats Lando in the teammate battle. Zhou gets a race. Doohan silences the haters, and Alpine have a very good season.
Yep. All right. Thank you for listening to our predictions podcast and first podcast of 2025. Once again, thank you for all the support you have given us over this previous summer. Comment your predictions for the 2025 season down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it's the best way to support us. We are so close to making money on our channel, so every like, subscribe, and comment really means a lot to us. Goodbye.